Hey, thanks for watching, everyone. So today is going to be a pretty straightforward video. What we're going to do is make a light box. This was a TV that I can't quite remember where I got it from. You know what? I think I got it from the trash. It was some that someone threw in the dumpster. It was very clear when you look at the screen that it was cracked. So what we're going to do is just remove the top panel or the LCD. You can see I'm putting it on a um, stand there. Don't really care if it gets scratched up because we're going to remove that couple of layers and then turn it into a light box. I already took apart the back of it, and the reason why it's already apart is I wanted to see if I could fix the TV. I actually ordered the main board and the power board, and it did not turn the TV on. So it is what it is. We're going to take it apart for the benefit of this video and convert it into a light box. Um, One of the interesting things about this project is I've been looking to make this video for probably like 10 years, maybe even longer. It's really a straightforward project. So the first thing you're going to do is get a nice broken TV. You can certainly do this with LCD screen of like a monitor or something, right? The biggest thing is make sure that it turns on and it lights up. If you can turn it on and off and it lights up, great. Whether it's cracked or not is irrelevant here. So what I'm doing here is taking apart the remaining screws for the bezel. There's a couple perimeter screws as well. And then the bezel typically just kind of comes right off or clips off. I'm always amazed at these, let's call it semi-commercial, but really they're consumer grade TVs, at how close the glass panels are to the edge. Sometimes they're, 10 to 15 millimeters. So it's always just interesting how these guys just don't break. So um, just don't break in shipping. So I guess special boxes. But the point is, if you're going to go and travel with a TV, if you're moving or something, absolutely make sure that you've got the right box. So what I'm doing here is I'm actually separating the LCD or the liquid crystal display from the back panel. So there's a couple of polarized lenses, there's metal in between, and all I'm going to do here is separate them. There are some electrical ribbon um, that send data to the display, and you'll just see me there in a moment shortly is I'm just cutting those ribbons apart. Again, I don't need those, right? We're not sending data to the broken LCD. We're just going to cut them off, and then we're going to remove that top layer. Um, it's very flexible because it is sandwiched between two pieces of plastic. It's actually relatively safe to handle. Don't go around banging it on anything. There is glass in the middle of it, but it is safe to handle. So that's why you don't see me wearing gloves or anything like that. All you're going to do is remove this. You can probably see in the bottom video where that crack really is at. So it is what it is. And really, we're done. That's it. It's straightforward. It's easy. I'm going to put the bezel back on, and then I want to put some screws on. Now, in if you're going to follow this video, once you're done, what I would recommend is get yourself some nice plexiglass. You could get glass as well, and put it over this panel right here, because that's a piece of plastic that you're looking at. And then right behind that is very bright, beautiful LEDs, right? That's what powers up and you can see the display. But if you write on that piece of plastic, like let's say you put a drawing and you want to sketch something out, or you want to use it kind of like fun as an x-ray, which I'm going to do in a moment. The problem is you can scratch that. So you could probably get some online for under $100, some thick plexiglass or maybe some glass that's designed for it, and then you put it right on top of this, and you can either tape it or you can sandwich it. And here we go, 1, 2, 3, and it's on. And I can tell you, the camera doesn't do justice on how bright and clear this is, right? It was a pretty expensive TV at one point. I think it was like a 4K, so you expect it to be. Um, but it's just crazy how beautiful and clear this light really is at. So there I am kind of staring, being mesmerized by it. You got the deer in the headlights look. It's just really fun. And as you're going to see me do in a moment, I'm going to just put a picture on. Again, you can do whatever you want. I've seen people take posters that are about this size and they put it right over that. And then at nighttime, you can see that, which is pretty cool. Now, I didn't have the remote for this, but I've seen instances where you can take a remote and even though the display's gone, that's fine. You can actually turn down the light And that's really helpful because then maybe you don't want it at 100% brightness. You want it something else. You could technically hang this up and print off a picture or get a poster of the outside, and then it looks like you're on the outside at night. If you ever seen Resident Evil, they do that there. It's kind of fun. But what I'm going to do here is grab my Logitech webcam, just bring it a little closer, and you can see what that picture looks like. Now, sorry about that lines that you see in the background and on the left and right. That's just because the hertz of the TV and the camera are uh, mismatched, and so you don't see that clearly. But I think when I lie this down, you can see it a little bit clearly without those lines. But you can put pictures on there. As I said, you can put posters, nice thick piece of plexiglass. I think what most people do if they want to adhere it to this. And then that way you can do sketches on there, you can draw, you can do all sorts of really neat things. And it's free essentially, because if you've got this broken, there you go. So hope you've enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching, and subscribe.